Hi again, welcome back. Now we've mastered drawing the plan. We need to move on to the next type of drawing, and this is the section drawing. And on screen here I'm looking at a PDF printout of the section, and this is taken through the back part of the plan. We've got one of the smaller reflection pool with a statue figure that sits on a small base. So I'm going to zoom in closer here so we can see the line weight hierarchy. So let's get closer in. Maybe a bit too close. Okay, one step back. Okay, and we'll take this one line at a time. Okay, so firstly we want to establish the general cut through the form. So I'm using a layer name called 2D section very heavy line. Okay, so nice thick strong line, easy for somebody to understand what's being cut through. The next layer, the next level of detail, section medium line. So this is stuff that's not important. It's not holding the building up, but it still basically defines the shape of the arrangement. Okay, so we've got the base that the statue is sitting on, an outline of the statue, and the line at the back, at the top of the wall in the distance, and also the water level in the pool. Okay, and then the third level of information, we've got a much thinner line, and this is showing the breakup of the panels of marble in the background. So just three line types: very thick, medium, and thin. Okay, so that's the absolute minimum for the section. If we want to add more interest to this, then we want to start enhancing it. So let's look at the second level of this drawing. Okay, perhaps we want to see some trees in the background. Okay, but symbols of trees. Now I wouldn't want to see these bits of the tree showing here, so we use what's called a wipeout. Okay, we could have actually erased those parts of the trees, but it would have meant that later on, if we decide to move a tree, we'd have had to have gone and get a fresh tree and put it back in. Okay, so we can also add some people to this. So that's symbols of people. This helps set the scale. And perhaps some shadow information. Okay, simple line projecting down and then the area filled in. The statue shadow is just a copy of this shape, brought over here, trimmed along the edge, and then filled in with solid fill hatching. It's quite convincing. Okay, this doesn't look like water, it looks like it's empty. So I've added some tone for the water. This looks nice and clean, having the section empty like that, but you may wish to fill it in. So I've got a 2D fill layer as well. And lastly, some architectural kind of symbols. I've added some lines and symbols here to denote the various levels of the building. So the ground floor, plinth level, and the very top level of the walls. So you can correspond levels from drawing to drawing. Okay, so that's looking a lot more interesting when you compare this drawing to the one above. There's a heck of a lot more interest in this version of the drawing. Now you could take this a stage further. Okay, if we drag down here, what I've added is what I've termed clip images. Okay, so we've got the actual photograph of the statue, which was what was used anyway for to generate the outline. we've traced around a photograph that's been brought into AutoCAD, and these panels of marble in the distance, this is one panel that has been mirrored in two directions. So you end up with this kind of kaleidoscopic pattern of the marble. So let's zoom in a bit closer on this. Okay, this takes quite a bit of care in arranging the objects. Which object is going to be in front of the others? It does take a little bit of thought as to how that will work, but it's quite effective. So this is the drawing that we're going to try and create. So this is just a little introductory video that sets the scene for the next stage of the tuition.